The boy picked up a stone, carefully chiseled a crack with a knife. Inside was a blue egg. He got scared and dropped the knife and ran away. This egg moved a little. It turns out this stone was accidentally picked up by the boy at the seaside. At night, the sky suddenly flashed with lightning and thunder. He remembered the egg in the utility room. He rushed over. He found the egg shattered on the ground. The boy heard strange noises. Quietly approached to check. A little monster walked out. The boy fed it food and helped it bandage its wound. The little monster became friends with the boy. The boy secretly adopted it and often brought it food. This little monster had a huge appetite. It could eat a whole bucket at once. The boy noticed the monster's skin was a bit dry. He quickly filled a basin with water and poured it into the bucket. The little monster happily swam in the water. The boy was born into a military family. He was afraid his mother would find out about the little monster, so he secretly kept the little monster in the utility room. One day, the little monster was too hungry. It sneaked out secretly, but was discovered by the family dog. Luckily, the dog was held back by a rope. The little monster took the opportunity to slip away. At this moment, the sister ran out of the bathroom screaming. The boy quickly stopped her. He told his sister the origin of the little monster. His sister promised to take care of the little monster with him. The little monster was hungry and kept howling. Its cries attracted the janitor. The janitor was startled by the little monster. Then the janitor recognized the little monster as the Loch Ness monster. He decided to keep the secret for the boy, but he suggested the boy return the little monster to Loch Ness because the little monster would grow up quickly. One day, the boy forgot to lock the door. The little monster sneaked out again. The dog found the little monster again. Scared, the little monster turned and ran. The dog chased the little monster all over the house. The whole room was a mess. It even chased onto the dining table, but the little monster secretly crawled under the table. The dog was still searching for the little monster. The little monster cleverly disguised itself as a statue and successfully fooled the dog. At this time, the little monster saw the fish pond. He jumped into the fish pond and had a big meal. The next day, the little monster grew into a big monster. They had to put the monster back into the lake. At first, they couldn't pull the monster no matter what, so the boy had to lure the monster with delicious food. Although the boy felt very reluctant, but he could only watch his best friend swim farther and farther away. Two men were fishing on a small boat. They were drinking wine. Suddenly, the fishing line was tightly bitten. The man was about to scoop up the fish with a net, but was startled. He hurriedly told the old man that there was a monster in the lake, but the old man told him to drink less wine. So their small boat suddenly turned into a speedboat. Flying quickly on the lake, they had to cut the fishing line. They returned to the tavern in town, telling everyone that there was a monster in Loch Ness. The boy heard the news. He rowed his boat alone to find the monster. The boy stayed in the middle of the lake disappointedly. The little monster quietly appeared behind the boy. Long time no see. The two buddies leaned close to each other affectionately. The little monster suddenly shook its head and called out. The boy immediately jumped up from the boat, grabbed the monster's neck. The monster shook the boy onto his back and swam on the lake. The boy held the monster tightly. At first, the boy was a little scared. Slowly, the boy started playing with the monster. They dived into the water together to see the little fish and suddenly rushed out of the lake. They happily played all afternoon. Tired, they lay on the shore chatting. One day, soldiers were camping by the lake. They were going to conduct artillery shooting exercises on the lake. The boy nervously ran over to stop the shooting, but the officers completely ignored the boy and continued to fire the shells. The monster was scared away by the explosion. At night, the boy came to the lake again to find the monster. The monster roared angrily. It almost bit the boy. The boy sadly went home. The two old men who were fishing were still talking about their encounter with the monster, but no one believed them. So the two of them made a model of the monster, took photos at the lake every day, and even published the story in the newspaper. Soldiers saw the news. They came to the lake at midnight with dogs. They sailed a boat to hunt for the monster. The huge monster suddenly appeared in front of them, scaring them. The monster shook his tail and overturned the boat. The soldiers fell into the water, and the soldiers on the shore were preparing to shoot at the monster. At this time, the boy shouted at the lake, accidentally fell into the water. The monster quickly threw away the soldier it had just picked up and dived into the lake to rescue the boy. The monster pulled the boy out of the water. The boy's mother also rushed over. The boy introduced the monster to his mother. At this moment, as shells suddenly attacked, the boy ran while letting the monster leave quickly. When he reached the broken bridge, he jumped onto the monster's back. The monster carried the boy and swam to the bay. The officers was driving to the lake. At this time, the rain got heavier and heavier. They mistakenly thought the monster was an enemy submarine. They sailed a large boat to chase after it, continued to shoot at the monster. The shells became more and more intense. The boy hurriedly let the monster dive into the water. At this time, a huge net suddenly appeared in front of them, blocking their way out. At this moment, the officers and the boy's mother drove a boat over. The boy and the monster bid farewell affectionately, turned around and returned to the boat. At this moment, only the monster jumped over the huge net. At the same time, the huge net was also destroyed by the monster's powerful force. Watching the monster escape smoothly, the boy and his family on the boat cheered happily. In the days to come, the boy came to the lake every day. He was looking forward to the monster's appearance again. Finally, one day, the monster came, but the monster just waved from afar in the middle of the sea, then swam away in the vast ocean.